The night settles gently in County Kerry, not suddenly, not completely. Mist moves first, slow and unhurried, drifting between trees that have learned this rhythm well. The forest grows quiet in layers, as though each sound is politely stepping aside for the next. Somewhere, water moves over stone. Somewhere else, nothing moves at all. If you listen closely, you might notice how the air feels different here. Heavier and older. This is Muckross Abbey, and it had been waiting a long time. The abbey was founded in 1448 by Franciscan friars who came seeking solitude rather than grandeur. The world beyond the forest was already loud even then. Here they kept time by prayer, by candlelight, by the slowing passing of days that did not need to be remembered individually. Stone was laid carefully. Arches were raised with patience. Footsteps leaned the same paths over and over until the paths remembered them. For nearly 2 centuries, the friars lived this way, quietly and deliberately, until the dissolution of the monasteries reached even this hidden place. They say the stones at Muckross Abbey have learned how to endure loss. In the closing years of the 16th century, when Ireland was restless and England ruled from afar, the friary was first broken during the Desmond rebellions, carried out in the name of Elizabeth I. What was taken then was not only food and shelter, but a sense of safety. The quiet certainty that prayer might continue uninterrupted. Almost a century later, in 1652, another silence was forced upon the place. Soldiers of new model army, led by the English general Edmund Ludlow, came to Muckross and stripped away its roof, not to claim it, only to leave it open to rain, wind, and forgetting. Some of the brothers were killed. Those who survived slipped away into exile, crossing the sea to France. Behind them, the friary was left to the weather, its prayers unfinished, its corridors hollowed by absence. One of those laid to rest here would never leave. The poet and chieftain Pyrrhus Firita, a voice of rebellion and remembrance, was executed by English forces in Killarney in 1653. They buried him at Muckross among the broken walls and open sky, and so the abbey remains roofless, quiet and listening, as if the stones themselves are still holding on to what was never allowed to finish. But the abbey did not empty itself all at once. Over time, history softened into something else. They say that although the friars left, the routine remained. That prayer does not always understand endings. That devotion, once repeated enough, can settle into stone. The cloister stands open to the sky now, its roof long gone. At its centre grows an ancient yew tree, dark and still, its roots tangled with the bones beneath the earth. Rain falls directly where monks once stood, shoulder to shoulder. Moonlight touches graves without asking whose they are. According to the old tale, some nights feel watched, not by eyes, but by attention, as if something is aware of being interrupted. The haunting here does not announce itself. There are no cries, no sudden cold meant to frighten. Instead, visitors speak of movement just outside their vision, of the faint sound of fabric brushing stone, though no wind is strong enough to cause it, of footsteps that seem to pause when noticed, as if surprised to be heard. Candles behave strangely. Voices fall quieter without instruction. Some say they feel as though they have arrived late, as though something important finished moments before they came, and the space had not yet adjusted to their presence. If you listen closely, you might sense it too. A routine continuing without bodies, a memory repeating itself carefully so as not to be forgotten. No one knows for certain what remains. Perhaps it is only habit lingering longer than expected. Perhaps it is grief too gentle to leave. Or perhaps the Abbey simply remembers the people who loved it enough to stay. The truth may be lost to time, softened by moss, blurred by prayer, carried away piece by rain. The forest does not explain it. The stones do not correct it. They only remain. And when you finally step away, leaving the arches behind, there is often the quiet sense that something is still standing exactly where it always has, waiting for the next set of footsteps to learn. The night closes in again, slowly, respectfully, as if nothing has ever truly ended.